Welcome back friends. Today we are going to solve LeetCode problem 1901, find a peak element 2. As you might already know, I often create LeetCode solution videos as well as coding solution videos in Java J2E. So please subscribe to the channel. This channel has lot of videos if you are preparing for Java J2 interviews, telephonic interviews or coding interviews. So this channel can help you. It has lot of good playlists created for LeetCode as well as computer science concepts like BFS, DFS, graph, matrix problems, dynamic programming, and Java J2E related data structures. So please subscribe to the channel and take a look at the playlist. So now let's go over this problem. So the description here says that a peak element in 2D grid is an element that is strictly greater than all of its adjacent neighbors to the left, right, top and bottom. Given a zero indexed m by n matrix mat where no two adjacent cells are equal, find any peak element matrix ij and return the length to array I comma j, means position of the cell, right? You may assume that the entire matrix is surrounded by outer perimeter with a -1 each cell. So as shown here, you can see like this is the original matrix and it is surrounded by -1 in all the directions. You must write algorithm that runs in OM log n or ON log m time. So this is a constraint that they ask us to implement the algorithm which is within like OM log n or ON log m time. So when we see this, immediately a thought will come that can we use something like a binary search or a flavor of binary search, right? So let's take one example of a matrix and we can discuss how we can solve this problem. So first, before we start solving the original problem, I just wanted to start with a concept of a binary search. You might already know, but let's first quickly look at the how binary search works in a normal sorted array, right? So let's say this is the array which is sorted, and these are the positions 0 to 6, and we want to find out element 4, right? 4 is our target. So what we do in binary search is we always divide the array, right? So first we calculate the middle using 0 plus 6, like this 0 is the low and high is the 6, and we just divide by 2. So 3 is the middle. So we come and we check this element. So we find that this element is bigger than 4, right? So the 4 must be on the left side. So this concept we use in binary search, right? Because the array is sorted, so we will look into the left side. Again we will calculate 0 plus 2 divided by 2, right? So which becomes 1. So we look at the one element, position 1 element 4. So we find 4, so we just return that position as the position of the target element, right, in the sorted array. So this is our normal binary search. So now let's look at the example that is given to us. So this kind of a matrix, let's say, is given to us. This is the input matrix. Let me just take the color. So this is the input matrix, and we have the matrix is surrounded by -1 as they already stated, right, in the problem. So what the approach that we are going to take is something similar to binary search, where we will be applying the binary search now on the matrix rows actually, right? Instead of, this is not a one-dimensional matrix, this is a 2D matrix, right? So in the 2D matrix we are going to apply a binary search concept for the rows. So this is our first row, which is a 0th row, right? This is the 0th row. This is 1 2 3 4. So this is our fourth row. So what we will do is we will calculate the middle row from this start 0 and end 4. So we calculate the middle row. So the 2 is the middle row, right? This one is the middle row. So what we will do is we will first find a maximum element in this middle row. So we find a maximum element by just like going order of like all these elements. First we find a maximum element, so 21 we find, and what we do is we first check, if this is the peak element. We will go in all the up, then down, then right, and then left, all the directions, right? So when you go up directions, you see 24. So 24 is bigger than 21, which means that 21 is not a peak element, right? So which means that we have to now go our search into this region basically, because this region will have the peak element. So we will go into this region, so which means that now our start row will still remain 0, but our end row becomes 1, right? Because we are now trying to shrink our region for the rows. So now the start row you can see 0 and end row 1. So again you will say 0 plus 1 divided by 2, which is equal to 0, right? So you again go into the 0th row, which is the first row, right? And you try to find out the maximum element. So again you find out this maximum element here, which is 30, and you check if this is a peak element. So you go all the directions, right? um, like up, down, right and left. So right and left you don't have to go, because you already have found a maximum element, right? So this row, this is the only one which is maximum, so you don't have to check right and left, only you have to check up and down. So if you have both elements smaller than that element, then you can just return that position. For example, in this matrix you will just return a 0 1 position as your answer, right? Because that is a peak element. All the elements are smaller than that element. 4 is smaller, 16 is smaller, 20 is smaller, and minus 1 is smaller. So you will just return 0 1 as your answer. So we will go over the algorithm and implementation now. So so what we will do is, let me just make this bigger so you can easily read this. Okay, so this is our find peak grid matrix function, and first we will just like I've just implemented one function where I'm just passing array and end, and it is giving us the maximum position of the maximum element in that row, right? So max row element position, so it just go and it just gives me the maximum position in the row where the maximum element is located. Okay, so here I just created a start row variable and end row variable. So start row is 0, end row is the maximum length minus 1, right? The maximum row. So for example, in this function, end row will be 4, right? Max total rows are 5, so end row is 4 because it starts with 0. So while end row is greater than or equal to start row, we will try to find out if there is any kind of a peak element exist in this grid. So we calculate first a middle row by the formula, right? Same start row and plus end row minus start row divided by 2 basically, right? So this formula 0 plus 4 minus 0 divided by 2, which is 2, right? So like this basically we calculate middle row here, right? And then I'm just printing it so I can show you that, you know, it's like how I was also debugging, so I just printed. I will just remove that. But here we are trying to get max position element for that row. So now once we know which row we are on, right, middle row, we will try to find out that row max position here. And once we if it is the first row, right, we will just, what we will do is we will just compare that with the next row, right? Because the previous row is minus 1 anyway, right? So we have to just compare for the first row with the next row, uh, same column position basically. That's what we are doing. If it is more than that, then we are good actually, means we have already found a peak element. For example, here, right, 30 means when you are on the first row, then we have to only care about the this next row, right? This row, let me highlight this. So we have to only care about this row, because the previous row is all anyway minus 1, right? This one, so we don't care. Only we will care about this row, and specifically this column we care, right? Because that's where we have to find a peak element for 30, right? So if this element is lesser than 30, then we are good, because 30 is itself the biggest element in this row. So we have to only care about this column and this position basically, right? So that's what it is doing here. So that's what this one is doing. And for the last row, this one we already talked about the first row how we will do, and for the last row we will only compare with the last row minus 1, right? Same way, right? This is the last row. For example, if this one element we are comparing, right, then we have to compare only with this row basically, which is a previous row of that last row, because this next row is anyway -1, so we don't care about it, it's -1 anyway. So what we care is about only this row and about only this element, right, previous row and this element, because this is what will decide if 32 is peak element or not, right, because only 4 directions we look. So that is what we are doing here. So that is what we do here. Middle row is the last row, right? And if that is not the case, then middle row is somewhere in the middle, basically in the middle of the matrix. Then in that case we will just check with the middle row plus 1 means we will check with the next row and we will check with the previous row, right? If the element is greater than both of these, right, like up and down rows basically with the same column. So if it is more than that, then we will just return that position here, middle row and row max basically, right? Row max is, we know, because that is the position of the maximum element, right? For example, if for this 30 the row max will be 1 for that row basically, because this is 0, so this is 1. If this is 32, then the row max will be 2 for this row, right, because this is 0, this is 1, this is 2. So like that basically. So we have seen this where the middle is in the middle of the matrix basically, it's not a first or last row, that we have already seen. And max is later than next row, same column element will move start row to next row. So now the element we have found is not the peak element, then we will compare with the element which is up, right, up basically. uh, Up element we will compare here, and if it is smaller than the up element, then we will just move the start row is equal to middle row plus 1 basically we will do. So as you can see here, the 21 element, right, so we will compare with this up element which is 24 up element. So this one is more, so we will just, what we will do in this case is start row we will say, um, so just a second. So middle row element is less than that element, right, it's less than that element. Then start row we will say middle row plus 1 in that case, and end row otherwise we will say end row is equal to middle row plus 1, right? So that's what we do. So max is lesser than the next rows, right, next rows. So here basically, so let me just clear this so I can show you clearly. This is like a lot of things we put, right? Yeah, so what they are saying is, for example, and when we started, we are here, right, 21 is the maximum element for the middle row we find. So what they are saying is, when you are comparing the next row element, this one, right, this one, if it is, if that element is bigger than this element, so this element is not bigger than 21, right, so it's not bigger basically. So in that case we will go and we will update end row will be middle row minus 1. So middle row minus 1 means end row will go here now, and start row is here, start row is here which is 0, and end row will go as 1, right? That's what here you can see basically. So that is what we are doing here. So we are going on to the upper half or lower half, that's what we have to decide, because the same way we move our pointer in case of binary search, right? When we do the half, we always like move the left or right pointer, right? So the same thing we are doing here. For example, if we are here 8, then if we know we are looking for 4, then we will move our end pointer here, right, because we want to go on to the left side half now to find the value. So now in that case the low will be 0, and the high we move to 2 now, right? High we move to 2 here. So that we can only consider this left half. So that's what we are doing here. But here in this case we are considering upper half of the matrix or lower half of the matrix basically. So that's what we are doing here, and accordingly we will just update start row and end row. So we will keep doing until end row is greater than or equal to start row, right? So we will keep looping and try to find out the the peak element in this grid, and at the end if we don't find it anywhere, then we will just return -1 -1. So means there is no peak element in the matrix. That's what we will return in that case. So it is kind of a flavor of a binary search that we are implementing here. So because this is a two-dimensional matrix, right? This is the how it works with one-dimensional matrix, which is one-dimensional array. So now we are doing it for a two-dimensional array. So we are basically moving to the upper half or the lower half, depending on the how the values of the upside and low side value depend on that maximum value. So that's what we are doing here. So I hope I clearly mentioned, like clearly explain you how it is working. So let's just take the same matrix that we have discussed, right? This 430 16. So this is the same matrix we took here, and we'll just run our code now. So as you can see, now we first have start 0 and end row 4, right? Middle row we calculated as 2, and then we search the middle row and we find this 21, which is highest element, and then again we compared this with these values, right? So we compared with 7. So now we came to know that our 7 is smaller, so we want to find out in the upper side, basically this upper half of the matrix we want to find out. So then next time we are saying start row still remains 0, but end row is shrink to 1 now from 4, right? Because only upper half we are looking, and middle row becomes 0. So again in the 0th row we found the maximum value, which is 30 here, right? And for this 30 we are checking if it is a peak element or not, and since it is a peak element we will just return a position called as, this is 0th row and 1 first column, right? So 0 first. So that is what we will return, and that is the expected answer. So our answer is getting accepted. So let's just use all the examples that they have here given, so just to make sure that it's working fine. So there might be multiple peak elements, you can return any of them, right? So here also our solution is working fine. So I'll just remove the system out because I just put it to show you. So now we can submit our code. So our code is giving 100% 0 ms, which is pretty good, and 78% on the memory usage, which is also pretty good. So this is how you can solve find a peak element 2 problem. So what we have done is we have used a flavor of binary search, where we first calculate the middle row and we calculate the maximum element in the middle row, and we will go and check 4 directions, right? In this case we have to only check up and down, because anyway we have found the maximum in that row, so there is no need to go and check left and right, because that is the maximum. So depending on the values of up and right, we will decide which upper half we have to go or lower half we have to go of the remaining matrix, and that's how again we will keep calculating the maximum value in that rows, right, middle rows, and we will keep checking for the peak element. So this is the approach to solve the problem. So as you might know, I often create LeetCode solution videos in Java J2E technology, as well as Java J2E helpful interview related videos, where we discuss frequently asked questions and how to answer them, as well as videos related to data structures and algorithms and different Java concepts. So if you are someone who is giving interviews or looking to prepare for interviews, then this channel is for you. So please subscribe to the channel. Your subscription will be really valuable and help the channel to reach to more people, and they will also get the benefited, right? So thanks for watching the video.